For 88 years, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart hasn't just been a mystery. It's become a cold case, a ghost story, defined by an unnerving silence from the vast, empty Pacific.
You know, for nearly a century, every single search, every promising theory, every blip on a sonar screen has just dissolved into nothing. The entire history of this search has been a long, painful road of false hope, always ending with the same cold hard fact. She is still missing. And we just saw this play out again, didn't we? That high-tech, deep-sea search, it produced this incredibly tantalizing sonar image 5 kilometers down. It looked just like an aircraft. The world was holding its breath. But after months of analysis, the hope just collapsed. It was a rock. Just another ghost in the machine, another dead end. So that chapter of the search is closed. An ocean of nothing. The deep water where so many were so sure she went down, it has offered up absolutely no answers. The ocean is keeping its secrets. This repeated failure, it forces us to ask a really critical question. What if the entire premise of a deep-water crash has been wrong from the very beginning? What if the answer isn't miles under the waves, but somewhere else entirely? And that brings us to a haunting, long-standing alternative, the castaway theory. A theory that suggests Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan, didn't just vanish into the abyss, but that they fought to survive. At the heart of this theory is a tiny, uninhabited atoll called Nikumaroro. The idea is starkly different. They didn't crash, they landed. Stranded, marooned, with their aircraft eventually being dragged off the reef and into the lagoon by the tides. For decades, it's been a really compelling idea, but it was always missing that one crucial piece of evidence, the smoking gun. Well, that may have just changed. A new clue has surfaced, not from the crushing depths of the ocean, but from the shallow, clear waters of the Nikumaroro Lagoon. It's an anomaly that has reignited this cold case with a shocking intensity. And the story of this clue doesn't start with a sonar pulse, but with a satellite image. See, back in 2020, a researcher was looking at a photo of the lagoon from 2015, and he spotted something. A shape, possibly uncovered after a cyclone, that looked eerily like an aircraft. They've now named it the Taraia Object, and it's become the single focus of a major new expedition. And when you compare the two leads, the difference is it's night and day. The debunked sonar image was a fuzzy shape, miles deep, completely inaccessible, with zero historical context. But the Taraia Object, it's in a shallow lagoon, you can see it in clear satellite photos. But the crucial difference, the one detail that changes everything, is its history. And this is where the investigation takes an absolutely shocking turn. The object's recent discovery raised an obvious red flag, a question that could have dismissed the whole thing. I mean, it's the first question any investigator would ask, right? If this thing is really her plane, why hasn't anyone seen it before? Couldn't it just be some other, more recent shipwreck? The answer, incredibly, was found in a dusty old archive. 1938. Just 1 year. 1 year after Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan vanished off the face of the earth. A British colonial expedition was surveying the island, and they took aerial photographs. For decades, those images just sat there, their true significance completely unknown, until researchers pulled them out. And when they checked those photos from 1938, they found it, a ghost on the film. An object matching the shape, matching the location of the Taraia Object, was already there, submerged in that lagoon. This is no modern wreck. Whatever this is, it's been sitting there since at least 1938. This discovery, this is a bombshell. It has completely transformed the Taraia Object from just another point of interest into what many now believe is the single strongest lead in the entire 88-year history of this case. And so now, a new expedition is gearing up to find a final answer. So in 2026, a 15-person team from Purdue University and the Archaeological Legacy Institute is going to travel to this remote atoll. They have one mission and one mission only, to investigate the Taraia Object and figure out exactly what it is. And let's be clear, this is not a treasure hunt. This is a forensic investigation. The plan is meticulous. First, they'll do photographic and video surveys. Then they'll use sonar and magnetometers to map what's under the sediment. And finally, They'll use a hydraulic dredge to carefully, slowly expose the object for what they hope will be a final, conclusive identification. Now, of course, you have to be skeptical. After so many decades of failure, it's only prudent. Other research groups have expressed doubts, pointing out that they've searched this area before and found nothing. But that was before anyone knew about the ghost in that 1938 photograph. That changes the game. And for Purdue University, the stakes are, well, they're personal. They're the ones who funded Earhart's plane, her flying laboratory, and the understanding was always that she would bring it back. For them, finding this plane means finally fulfilling a promise made to a legend almost a century ago. It's about bringing it home. And so the world waits for an answer from a shallow lagoon in the middle of nowhere, a place that may have been the final witness to the fate of an icon. The only question that matters now is, after 88 long years, will this lagoon finally give up a legendary plane, or is it just guarding the ghost of her final resting place?